Hey, it's Steve Riley. Welcome to this episode of Great Practice, Great Life. And today I have my dear friend, Tim Caldwell. Tim is going to share with us 10 lessons that he wished he knew when he first started his practice. Hard-fought, hard-learned lessons, battle scars that he's hoping that other people will learn from, take to heart, and apply. So, Tim, welcome to the podcast.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve. Nice to see you. Nice to be here.
It's great to see you as always. And it's great that you're taking the time to be with us on this. And so today's conversation is really one that I just want to set up context a little bit where do you practice? Because I know you're in a very remote area, more or less, and you've built a very, very strong practice in a very rural community, which a lot of lawyers don't believe you can do. So talk to us about a little bit about where you're at in your practice, just so people can get a sense of that.
Yeah, we're up in northern New England, and our practice is in Lebanon, New Hampshire, which is in western New Hampshire on the border of Vermont. And we're in the area that's referred to as the Upper Valley of New Hampshire and Vermont. And it is rural. Our practice benefits from the fact that we have a college here, Dartmouth College is here, and we have a fairly big regional hospital associated with the college, or at least Dartmouth. And there's some high tech here. I mean, it's really small compared to other areas of the country, but it's a nice place to live. And if you like the four seasons that we have up here, and yeah, that's where it is. I grew up in southern Vermont and just moved up the river, literally just moved up the river 50 or 60 miles. And I love it here. It's in my blood. Ended up working with a guy with a national network, guy named Scott Overdorf. He helped me get that first plan out the door. And that from then on, it was, didn't look back. And I said, okay, dropping everything else, family law and real estate.
Those are two remarkable guys, two terrific guys, just right. Jonathan Menson, Scott Overdorf. What two terrific guys.
And so they helped me get on the way. And I'll have to say, one of the things that I wish I'd known at the beginning of the day of starting my own business was the importance of focusing on one area of the law. And that was certainly the National Network and Wealth Counsel now. They are both proponents of that. And I know Atticus is. But my former boss at the firm where I first worked, he had gone to a CLE down in Virginia, which is a big deal for northern New England, or to leave northern New England and go to the mid-Atlantic. I said, he came back and I said, what'd you learn? And he said, focus on one area of the law and fix prices. And I said, oh, okay. Well, it took me a while, but once I moved over to estate planning, that's what we did. And I was visiting with him at a party a few years later, and I told that story that's what I was doing, fixed prices and focusing on one area of the law. He almost fell out of his chair. He couldn't believe it because he was still doing the same old model, hourly billing, cutting his bills, and all over the map.
This is perfect. So there's kind of two lessons here. I know we're going for 10, but there's two. And I just want to clarify one. One was picking a practice area, specialty, and focusing. Even in a small community, it allows you to stand out and allows you to narrow your marketing message. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of lawyers are challenged with. And once you say, okay, this is what I do, this is who I serve, it cuts through the fog and the clarity of other noise. Number two, which is really interesting, and I just noticed it as you're talking about it, is you've reached out and got help. So like when you reached out to the national network and called Jonathan and had Scott help you, you worked with Atticus, obviously, you had reached out to us and have us help you. So your former, the former boss that you had has pretty much done the same thing the same way. And even when he learned these two great lessons, he didn't apply them. And so this is a common thing that I see all the time with lawyers where like they learn stuff and knowledge is the booby prize. It's the application where the money's at. And I see lawyers do this all the time, and it's just mind blowing to me. So actually ask for help and do what they say. So I think that's number one and number two for me, because ask for help and do what they say. I know so many lawyers that ask for help and won't do what they say, what they, they'll pay you for advice and do this, this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it'll work. Let's talk a little bit about marketing. So if you go back and you could talk to young Tim about marketing, what would you tell young Tim?
Well, here in our area, I think the best marketing for us, what's worked best for us, is referral marketing with our colleagues. We've learned to do more marketing with our clients, but initially I was meeting every Tom, Dick, and Harry who dealt with, financial products, various financial products. Didn't have so much luck with the accountants, but really worked with the financial advisors. I've expanded that to marketing to other lawyers, who are maybe generalists or maybe focused in, PI lawyers or whatever. But whenever the rule we followed was three touches, three lunches a week, and was out there just doing it. And I really think it was really important in the development of our business. And we're not doing it enough now. We fell off with COVID, like a lot of people fell off with that type of contact, and most of us fell off at that type of contact with COVID. And I think for me, it's too easy for us to rely on social media and say, well, we're doing all this marketing. It's not the kind of marketing I'm really looking for. We get some business through social media, certainly, but our best clients come from referrals, and whether it's our clients or whether it's our colleagues down the road. And one of the things we're now working on, I think it's a good idea. We'll see. We're trying to do a better job training our colleagues about just helping with asset titling. A simple thing, but it's another way to have a touch with the clients, give them some value they can use with other clients, other attorneys. But it's really helping develop the relationship with our clients, and so it's providing a good, valuable information for them, solidifying the relationship. And so we're doing that. We just need to get back on the street and get out more. But that was key. We did a ton of that, and it really paid off. We were trying to break into a market. Again, it's a rural area, but there were two well-established law firms that were known for estate planning. And, now we're sort of the law firm known for estate planning, and which sort of amazes me. But yeah, we have a lawyer who's retiring. He says, yeah, you're the guys I want to join for my of counsel years. And so he thinks a lot of us, we're a lot different in how we do estate planning, but we have a good reputation now. So that was part of it, was getting out there and meeting with colleagues and learning about them, what they did and what we could do to help them.
What would the next lesson be?
I guess, related, time management and making self, I think that's related to taking time off for yourself, but also in the office when you're doing the work, and you making sure you take time, schedule time to actually work. And I'm not sure maybe I'm repeating myself here, Steve, I'm sorry, but making sure you have time to do projects and, revisit processes and develop new ones, and, take a look at how can we do this better? And that's made a huge difference. As bad as I am at it, I'm getting better, but as bad as I am, one of the things, that we are really pleased with now is it's engaging for me, at least. And that's why I'm pleased with it, is this challenge of trying to help our clients keep their plans up to date, whether they're so-called maintenance clients or just the client off the street. And so we're trying to develop tools that will make it easier for clients to incorporate the change in their lives, which will come, into their thinking about the estate plan. And how do these changes affect my plan? Because our goal in the end is for our clients' plans not only to be what they want today, of course, we want them, more importantly, we want them to work tomorrow when they're needed. And that's, a lot of estate plans, and some of the estate plans we've drafted are piles of paper. That's all they are, because they're meaningless, nearly meaningless. And so the time management and taking the time to think, one of the projects we worked on, and we've talked about it before, Steve, is the guide we made. But having the time to think, implementing other strategies learned at primarily Atticus, and taking the time to put them into place was absolutely critical. It wouldn't have happened without those lessons and without that discipline, taking time and then implementing.